Here I want to talk about another glaringly obvious but often missed aspect of the flawed, unequal, and superficial temporary marriages and relationships that happen in this world. And also why this particular narrative and the appearance is carefully orchestrated so that the casualness and temporariness and short-term nature of connections and relationships in our lives can be again made more popular and justified and made to seem okay, because most vast majority of relationships, connections, partnerships, marriages, personal or otherwise, they were all made out to be temporary, casual, contractual, all for benefits, which means they are all from cults. That's why all the cults became societies. It's not a separate thing anymore. So when they started tying people up together for some kind of a benefit, it's practically a business deal, a contractual agreement, and it's legal in the sense these are real agreements. I'm talking about real contracts. They are not up in the air or just made out of shake hand or words or something like that. No. There are real paperwork for these kind of things, because how do they keep track of such large scale temporary goal based agreements all over the world like this, all for superficial benefits, especially when they are all made to serve a bigger destructive purpose, and more importantly, all of it was about destruction of something or somebody. So these are all real contracts. So when they were made, it was all for a specific goal and specific time frame to a specific end goal, and what the motivation is, gain is for all the parties involved, and what is the give and take of all of it. So one very obvious thing, but since it's regular, so commonly happening, people were made numb to it, and that was also the goal, is that all these people who are in these partnerships, be it friendships or romantic partnerships, relationships, dating partnerships, and marriages, all of them made it very obvious or make it aware to the other person, to people around them, as to they are not happy in it. They are not happy with it. There is no love. There is no room for truth. There is no respect there. There is no equalness, because the basis itself is unequalness. So there is no equal give and take, as in reciprocity. Okay, one is on one level, another is on another level, be it spiritually, physically, emotionally, sexually, financially, and they all make this message very clear that, oh, I am not so happy, oh, I am not satisfied, or I am this, I am that. And in fact, they make it so obvious is because that's also part of the agreement, because they go around and do something shitty like cheat or lie or talk about this person behind their back, complain about them, or tell somebody else how unhappy they are with the wife or husband, or with the partner, or with the lover. But you can see they are fishing for sympathy there. They want you to feel sorry for them, that there is no love there, so that you would acquiesce to that immoral, indecent thing of being the third party there. Whether you know it or not, you're wittingly or unwittingly becoming a participant of something that you should not respectfully be a part of. But they were making you a part of it by pulling it on your good nature or emotional strings, or just your decent nature, or just your ability to be a good listener or be a friend. They're pulling you into their drama, and they keep saying, well, this is not happy, this is that. Oh, you're such a good friend, so I can bitch about this person to you, and all that. But there is always an excuse. An excuse is something to justify why they don't leave them, why they can't leave them. There is always a choice. But they will make it out. They will create illusions and tell stories and sob stories and tell why they can't. Because the thing is, they won't. That's not the point. The goal, part of it, is to pull innocent people into the dramas and dysfunctional, destructive nature of their predominantly contractual, superficial lives, and then make unnecessarily the third person a party of it, and then complicate the other person's life by making them a part of it. And then on top of it, they try to gain your sympathy. Oh, poor thing, oh, poor thing, oh, poor thing. I'll tell you something. All of them complain there is no love or affection or warmth or kindness or nurturing or nourishing or that kind of thing in the relationship, whatever that relationship is. But every time what they fail to say to you is, what they deliberately not tell you is, that they never was with that person for love in the first place. It was a contractual agreement. It was of a mutual superficial gain of some kind. It was literally based on an agreement that says this is what I want and this is what they would get and this is why we are getting together because we could profit off of it. So if it is a business deal of that kind and there is no room for truth, respect, dignity, love, nourishing and nurturing there, and you know it and they know it and everybody involved in it know it, and then you go to some innocent person who doesn't know about your fucked up secret agreements, okay, then you tell them, oh, I married them for love. But the story is they projected it to be, oh, it's a love at first sight. I met them in college, I met them in a party, I met them in school, it was a high school sweetheart, I met them at the office, I met them this, I met them that. Some story has to be there to so that the doubts won't fly too high to others around who are not party to that kind of ugly contracts and devilish deals. So that story is established, at least to some extent, but don't believe it, because they come to you constantly by wanting you, unwittingly, indecently making you a part of the drama when they come to you or keep telling you about the other person without their knowledge, and tell that there is no love, there is no respect, there is no this, there is no that, I feel so lonely and all that. You have to see the contradiction there. They claim that they love them, they married them, they are in relationship with them, they are a long-term friend to them or long-term associate of some kind to them, even if it is short-term, because everything boils down to choice. No matter what stories, emotional pull is the main thing. Emotional manipulation is the number one thing that these people pull on. They come to you saying, oh, I feel so lonely, would you be the third party? You're being reduced to somebody who is there for their convenience, so they can bitch about someone in their absence and then complain there is no love. First of all, that agreement was not even about love, it was about superficial benefits. So how do you dare to come to somebody and claim there is no love? You never cared about love. When you signed those contracts and agreements, it was never about love. So how dare you come to an innocent person and complain to them there is no love in your life? It's not their problem. It's not their problem. They don't have to know about your agreements, but they could see the bullshit you are trying to sell them. They should see. Because don't become, this video is for those people who would unwittingly become that third person. And it feeds your ego. If you are an unhealed person who has not balanced their own ego and look for approval or praise of some kind, because this is where they tag on to. When they come to you and say there is no love but you are a very caring person, your ego is getting stroked. Oh, my care is making this person come to me instead of going to their wife or husband. You would tell yourself that lie. because they will manipulate it such a way. But the point is, would you be willing to be that kind of that kind of a disrespectful place in somebody else's personal life like that? Think about it. They can tell you 1,000 reasons as to why they won't leave or they can't leave, because the because can be anything. Children, finances, any other bullshit, they pull it out of their ass, but it's all right. But when they went after that agreement, they know fully well that they are doing this for their own superficial reasons, because they never cared about the concept of love in the first place. Even now when they come to you as a third person, they never care about love also. It's about playing on your heartstrings so that you open your heart, mind, emotions and time and effort and energy onto them, who will never be the person who you deserve to be with. They are not only stealing from you, they are gaining sympathy and all that, they are gaining from you. You are kept stuck from two things: from healing yourself and growing and doing what is best for you, not being stuck in a third wheel situation where you have no role playing in the first place. And number two, if you manage to grow or see the bullshit in their stories and not refuse to become the third person and grow and evolve, you might actually, and not waste your time, precious time, energy and effort and emotions and counsel onto this person who don't even respect themselves and love themselves in the first place, but are willing to steal it from you. You wouldn't spend time on these lowly creatures, and you would look up to yourself, and then you would make an effort to find a person who is an equal for you, who wouldn't put you in these kind of compromising situations and keep you stuck and stagnant in unhealthy, toxic situation where you have no business being in. You see, this is the primary thing I kept noticing when they started normalizing the casualness in relationships and casualness in sex and romantic partnerships and friendships and everything. They reduced every relationship into a casual use and throw tissue paper kind of business. That's what they do in the cults, literally. And then they brought it onto a global scale and spread it all over the world, because they wanted all of it to control societies and their ideologies in the society. These people were swarming everywhere, all over, pretending to be normal, regular people like you, but they are not. They have associations to dark things everywhere, but you don't know it. But doesn't matter. They will show it to you through their lifestyles, choices and behaviors like this. And by doing so on such a regular basis, it's like an echo chamber. Wherever you go, it's there. Wherever you go, it's there. It's the same narrative, it's the same story, it's the same echo chamber. Because they are the ones who are orchestrating these narratives, incidents, situations, ideologies, to play with you in the psychological space and the emotional space, so that you would waste your precious time and energy and emotions onto someone else who clearly is keeping you stuck, playing the victim. That's why the victim role is one I keep targeting more, is because that is where they waste a lot of time of other people. Why my wife is like this, my friend is like this, my husband is like this, my this is that, my this is that, my this is that. They always have excuses, and they want to, whenever something goes wrong, they want to come to you for nurturing and care, which they know very well they won't find it there when they signed that contract, because it was all about superficial benefits. And you were kept in the position of the caregiver or emotion or love giver or whatever, friendship. When did that become your job? You wouldn't question that unless you're actually firm in your self-respect and self-confidence. You refuse to participate in those kind of dynamics. Even if you did initially, you would have enough sense to know that it is just a burden and nuisance and time waste for you. You would rather focus on yourself and find someone who would treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Not the place they come to for nurturing, which they know they won't find anywhere else, because the goal itself was to go after superficial benefits. For them, everything is a business deal, and you will become unwittingly the sitting. So this is the sitting duck who doesn't know that they are being exploited for the very nature, the caring, giving, listening, good, whatever it is that they come to you for gain, for even for emotional, psychological soothing of some kind, even intellectual. Some people come to you for useless discussions. They claim, oh, you understand me very well, let's sit and discuss these things and all that. You know what, you should never waste your time on somebody who on some level is with another person, committed and at least tied down on some level to them. You should never waste your energy on them, time on them, effort on them, not even a little bit of counsel or intellectual energy also on them. No need. Everything is energy. And like I always keep saying, your energy is for your growth and soul growth and your manifestations, your life. It's about building your life. That's why they started complicating matters deliberately by entangling everybody and everything into everybody's life like this. And everything is, and they started hiding their personal lives also. Sometimes you know that they, through their behavior, that they are not emotionally and physically and financially everywhere unavailable. You can sense it if you're smart enough, you know your self-worth, you will know that this person has nothing of value to offer to me, I have much to offer, that's why they are coming to me. And it's an unequal thing either ways. Even if they hide what they are doing behind the scenes, whether they are already married or whether they already have some kind of an agreement with somebody or not, they will not tell you. That kind of honesty is also rotten a long time ago. So you have to be smart enough to observe when certain people keep coming and playing this sympathy and playing victim, playing weak role and all that, and say, oh, you are very nurturing, but I don't find it anywhere else, but I would never give you what you deserve. Either they don't have it in them in the first place, or they are actually not giving it to you for their own benefit, but they are more than happy to take from you. Not fair. It's unequal, it's not fair, it is immoral. It's immoral because decent people won't do that. Oh, I'll come back to you after 6 months, please wait for me. No, I won't. It's not my problem, it's not my business. Right now I'm ready for my life. Right now. If you're not ready, get out. Goodbye. Go on your own journey. I won't even say good luck anymore. It's up to you. Because you may be any kind of person. I don't even want to wish you good luck. Go. You may be any, your intentions might be as rotten as anything. So I would not waste my energy on even saying that. Get out of my life. Goodbye. Don't waste my time. Don't be stuck on here. Don't be a gatekeeper for my own life and my own happiness and my own personal joy and forward movement. Get out. Yep. These people do exactly that. They know, because that's also part of the agreement. Find somebody else and put them stuck in a position where they are not actually getting what they deserve, but they end up in that place as a third wheel because they are stuck soothing your wounds. Wounds which are even fake in the first place, because you don't even have the emotional capacity. You are only coming here to waste this innocent person's time and energy and emotions and everything else, and keeping them stuck from finding what they deserve, who they deserve in the process. Yeah, this is another kind of bots that they send into your life to waste your precious time and energy and effort. And that energy could be anything: financial, people who keep coming to you for that kind of help, people who keep coming to you for emotional soothing, counsel, people who keep coming to you by saying, oh, you understand me, so let's sit and have discussions, intellectual discussions with you. If I am not in that space and they come to me, I should be able to say, no, not now, please leave. I'm not going to be there at your convenience for anything. No. Help? When did I ever say I'm going to be there forever for you? It's my job to be there forever for myself. That is first. That is first. That is first. That always comes first. The rest of it is something purely earned. If you don't earn, you don't even have to be there. And even after you earning, I will decide whether I should give my time to you or not. in any way, shape or form. That's the level one should grow to. Not from place of arrogance or anything. These people show arrogance like that. Don't confuse it with that. To have the real confidence, to know your real worth enough to not get yourself entangled into situations where you become a third wheel. And how to know. This is how to know. You gain little to nothing from that interaction or from that so-called secret underhanded partnership or friendship or relationship or sexual relationship or financial relationship or whatever it is. And somebody else keeps gaining. You know how you know? Because they come to you at your convenience, at their convenience. And they expect and hope and think they are entitled to your presence and whatever energy you are offering to them anytime that's convenient for them. And if you don't do, then you will see the real character of them. They will call you selfish, they may put you down, or they may emotionally manipulate you by saying, oh, I keep coming to you, but you are not being available these days. I'm not. I won't. Goodbye, get lost. And sometimes you don't even have to say it verbally. You learn enough that the other person is just wasting your time and your energy. In the meantime, they gain something out of the interaction, but you don't get to go out there and look for something that's truly of value and worth and equal match to you, so that you don't feel exploited but rather energized, because you both have very much to offer, you both on same levels, and so when you feel excited and happy and positive to actually interact with that person. It won't make you feel used or drained, or it will not make you feel obligated to be there. No, nobody is entitled to that, and you are not obligated to be there for them like that. And if these two words are coming into picture, either someone feels the need to bully you or think that they're entitled to it, or if you are manipulated into thinking it's your duty or it's your obligation to be there for them, then it's downright unequal match. Because in a healthy equal match, both have more than enough to offer and both are on an equal level, and it's a fair match, the fair exchange of whatever it is between you both, that nobody is taking more from anybody and stealing from others, and nobody feels stuck. Both grows, both are healthy, both are joyful, and none of them feel obligated or entitled. There is no room for that. There is a certain respect for that, for your time, energy, effort and everything. They would even respect you. They would ask you, would you be willing to XYZ? And they will be okay when you say no. They should be okay when you say no. They don't have to play psychological or emotional tricks to make you feel okay. No, it will come from a very firm, solid self-esteem, secure place where you say no. And they won't even and you won't even have to explain yourself as to why you said no, because no in itself is an answer. You don't have to explain yourself for that. It's a boundary, that's it. Period. A no is a no. You don't have to explain to them as to why, because in the emotional manipulation, in an unequal situation, they will always, their ego is hurt. So they will keep you stuck. They will keep you stuck by making you explain yourself, for making a judgment call for your own well-being. How fucked up is that? And how rude is that? And how unequal is there? There is no room for respect there. In a healthy place, they will ask very decently. You will know it's come from a decent place. You're both on equal level, enough for them to take a no from you and not even bother to get an explanation from you, because they know no is a no. They have evolved enough to understand and respect that. And you are also evolved enough and have a solid, secure self-esteem within you that you don't feel obligated again. You don't feel obligated to explain because their ego is hurt. It's not your job to placate to their egos, ups or downs of their egos. It's their inner job. If they refuse to do it, get the hell out of here. But it's not your job. So you don't feel obligated or feel bad emotionally That's a codependent thing. If you heal it, you will evolve enough. You won't do it again. You will never do it again. You will inherently feel very secure in saying no and walking away. No, that's it. You won't try to explain yourself because their ego is hurt, or they will not try to fish out an explanation in you, because that in itself is like making you feel bad. Again, it's about their ego, it's not about you. They feel entitled to an S. You came with a no, and so now they sit there and protest and they want an explanation for it. Fuck off. And you are not evolved enough, or you're still somehow, you have some kind of a codependency there, you feel the need to explain. You have to do some more inner work. You have enough to say no, but you have not gained enough inner strength to confidently walk off with a no. It's not your job to feel bad or good about others' feelings. It's not your job to make anybody feel good or bad outside of you. If they are, it's because they are living in the ego, superficial, tiny, small-minded, petty, bully. That they are living there. It's not your job to placate their egos or bruises or wounds of any kind. It's not. They have to work on themselves, and you have to work on going beyond that no and refusing to explain yourself and walk away confidently, because no explanation is ever needed. No. And that is what you'll realize if you're fully healed. When you're fully healed. Because there is no need for justification there. Justifications are required in a court of law, where you have done something criminal, something illegal, something wrong, something fundamentally so fucked up, and you will be put on a stand and will be asked, why did you have to do this? Believe me, that's the only place where you have to explain yourself, because you owe them, and you are responsible for something. In a level like this, in a personal level, in interactions like this, someone forcing you to explain yourself, or someone thinking they're entitled to your yes all the time, it's not normal, it's not okay, it's very unhealthy, it's toxic, and that itself is an indication that something is very unequal in the dynamics of that particular interaction. That interaction can be of any level of intimacy. And it's your job to look at the dynamic. If something like this is happening, look at the other person or persons involved, look at yourself, and then do what you need to do so you won't put yourself in those kind of situations ever again. If they have a hole to fill in their life for whatever reason, it's their job to fill it. If they are coming to you and making you feel like it is your job to fill it for whatever reason, no, it's not. It's not your job. You will get stuck. They will keep coming to you, and you will be disrespected. And it is inherently toxic and disrespectful, unequal dynamic. So the good-natured person will end up losing more, and the parasite will start gaining more, but they will have zero respect for what you have to offer. That's the first thing. They have zero respect for what you have to offer anyways. That's one thing you won't see if you're in it. When you come out of it, fully heal and grow and evolve and see yourself and respect yourself and have that secure identity of who you are and who you're not, that self-esteem, only then you'll see it clearly. And then you'll understand what role you played there, and you will never want to play that role. It is so indignifying in itself. You'll see it, and you'll be thankful that, oh, I was there. I'm so glad I grew out of it, and I stand in my power. I know my worth, and I will not do it again. And that's a lesson learned. And that's a lesson learned in confidence, esteem, other people, again boundaries, saying no, not feeling obligated for anything, everything is a lot involved in it, but it's a valuable lesson. That it's not your job to fill what is missing in somebody else's life. It's your job to fill whatever is not there in your life on your own. That is for sure. This is the first priority. This is the only priority actually. Rest of it depends on whether you make a choice for it to be a part of your life or not. But this is your only primary real priority in your life. And that's one thing you have to be unapologetically committed to.